with the verbs that we started doing today, and after that, so as it is a third category verb, what should come to my mind? The verb ending in er, how would I conjugate normally? So with je, I add s. With tu, I add s. Okay. With ill, I add nothing. It's empty. Okay. With nu, what do I add? Tell me. Remind me, please. ONS, same thing. Okay. So I will conjugate it as je, okay, tu lis, il lit, and nous lisons, vous lisez, il lise. So I don't see any difference. It's just that in T, in here, in here, so you just have to add T, which is not the case normally. So just one thing, right? So this is, so you see same pattern of a verb, but because of ill, where we are adding T here, we just have to, we just categorize this verb as uh, something that some verb, that a verb that is conjugated differently. Okay, so you see it's not that complicated, it's easy. Huh? Moving forward, the next verb is mettre. Mettre means to put. Okay, so let's again, so it's a verb ending in re. It's a verb ending in re. How would I conjugate that? Je, avec same rule. The base, let's say the base is met. Okay, I happen to go with a rule, I would have conjugated this verb this way, but this is not the case. This is not the case. So this verb is conjugated as mat. So that's how I would conjugate it actually. Why? There is a reason for that. In French, when you have two consonants together, the sound changes. The sound changes. Specifically, when the two consonants are in between two vowels. So that's the reason why we write it just with single s, and that's why we have in category of irregular verbs. Okay, same. Tu mets, tu mets. Okay, il met, nous mettons. That's same rule that applies here. Vous mettez, il ils mettent. Same. Just you have to learn these three are different, that does not follow the rule. But you will see with practice and time you will get there, right? So it's not that complicated. Moving forward, the next verb is I'm going to talk about is ouvrir. Ouvrir means to open. Cartose. So now we see that this verb belongs to which category? Second category. It's ending in er. Okay. So by reading that, I should what ending should come to my mind? Those endings of the verbs that end in er. In English, ir. En français, c'est ir. So going to that, so you see this category, er, they should come to my mind. So what are the endings? Es and es, et. Let's see, is it really the case? Do we do it this way, or there is some difference? Let's see. So actually, I conjugate it like that. J'ouvre. Okay. So that's how I would write this word. Tu ouvres. Il ouvre. So you see, this verb belongs to second category, ending in er, but the endings I'm using is of first category. Let's check. See, I'm using these endings e, s, e. So that's the reason this verb ouvrir is in the category of irregular verbs. But that's very important. So you use it often. You say I ouvre la boîte, j'ouvre la boîte, j'ouvre le paquet. So that's used mostly. And if you happen to write it, so that's how you would write it. With je, ending is e. Okay, just little things, right? If you try to make some connections in your mind and then you try to learn it, and then you would perhaps learn it, it could be that you find a better way than I'm teaching you right now, because you are in learning stage right now and you are learning many new things, and it could be you could make a better, easier way that works best for you. But I'm telling you that way that that worked for me. That's how I used these. I just took the base of the verb. So I ouvre in this case, and then I ignore the ending, and then I know, okay, so with tu I have to write es if it's a first category verb, or maybe er verb. So everybody's different. If you come across a method that's simpler than that, please do let me know. So il ouvre. Moving forward, the next verb is partir. It means to leave or to go. How would I conjugate this verb? So since it's irregular verb, I I write it this way. That's how I conjugate it. Je pars, tu pars, il part, nous partons, vous partez, ils partent. So that's how this verb is conjugated. So this why this irregular? Because this was a second category verb, a verb ending in er, but I had to write je partis. I had to tell it like this, but you see, that's not how I'm conjugating this verb. That's not how I'm doing it. So I just write it je pars. Okay, that's why it is an irregular verb. Okay. Okay. So how we conjugate that? Je prends. Okay. Now you will ask me. Okay. So first of all, I will quickly revise how we conjugate those third category verbs. Okay. Then I will come to your question. So prendre is a third category. So how we category normally conjugate these endings s, nothing, on, oz, ent. Let me write the conjugation first, and then I will tell you why this verb is in this category and why this is irregular verb. And if you happen to discover it first, let me know. Okay, just speak up if you think that why it is here. So you see, it works well. The rule applies well in these singular verbs, subjects. Je, tu, il. I say je prends. Oh, yes, that the rule applies here. Ending, the base is there, ending is there. Yes, the base is same, ending is s. That's good. Here also there is no s, so it applies. But here you see, I changed the base. So instead of writing je prendrons, I said nous, sorry, nous prendrons. I wrote nous prenons. I changed the base. That's why it's this. This verb is in this category à cause du nous and à cause du vous and à cause du il aussi. So it's double N. Okay. Moving forward. Don't worry, we will do a lot of practice. So I will make sure that these 24 verbs you know them by heart. Okay. The next verb is recevoir. Means to receive. Okay. So this verb is belongs to OER category. Okay. So how will I conjugate that? Je reçois, je reçois, tu reçois, il reçoit, nous recevons, recevons, vous recevez, ils reçoivent. Okay. So here you see that I did add sedil. This is verb is written with C, but see, I wrote sedil. Today we will also cover the pronunciation of special characters. Okay, so that includes sedil, this sedil, accent aigu, accent grave, sedil. So these characters, they are special characters in French, and we will see how we can pronounce these today if we have some time. Okay, yeah. So here, see. So you see, before C there is a vowel. After C there is a vowel. So in order, when we have a vowel, we want to make sure that we will pronounce C. That's why we have this sedil. C in, just place something, like comma type thing in the beneath the C. So if I have to draw it, that's how I would write. Okay, because there are vowels before and after, so that's why we want to make sure that we pronounce it. That's why we have sedil. But in nu, but in nu we don't. I don't know why we don't have it. We don't have vowels before and after. Recevons, and we just, perhaps we take the same base. That's why we don't write sedil here. There are certain things, they are like that only. So you might often hear in Quebec or in French, c'est comme ça, because it's like that. So there are certain things that exist, but nobody knows why they are like that. So they say c'est comme ça. C'est comme ça means it's like that only. So you often come across a situation, and when you think that why Quebecers are like that, and why do people francophones do like that, and you know how what's the reply when they, c'est comme ça. It's just like that. I mean, come on, what's that response? Because they are being trained, I think that way they learn things, the language itself. So it's like that only. There is no any hard and fast rule why we have something and why we don't have something. I remember asking questions from my professors why it's like that, why it's like that, and sometimes they would reply to me, but sometimes they would say, Kunal, it's like that only. This is the verb that's used more, a lot. Whenever you talking to somebody, and you happen to say that, oh yes, I know about it, and so you say just say. So how you did, in your mind you conjugated the verb savoir to say the person, oh I know about it, just say, just say. And if you want to make sure that other person have, you want to just make an impression of what you want to say, you say to say something, that's surprising, or something that you want to let other person know, then can use it to say, come ta ta ta, to say. And then if there happens to be a third person, and that's how you would say it, il say, est qu'il say. Normally women, when they talk, they do a lot of gossips between themselves, gossip, and then they happen to use this verb a lot. Nous savons. Okay, nous savons, vous savez, ils savent. So next verb is sentir. It means to smell or to feel. But conjugate it, je sens. Okay, je sens bien. If I want to say I feel good, je sens bien. If I want to say, if I want to ask, do you feel bad? I will say, tu sens mal, tu sens mal. Point d'interrogation. If I want to know, are you hurt? So are you feeling bad about it? So that's how I would say it. Okay, but for now it's just the verbs. Ils sont. Okay, nous sentons. Vous sentez. Il sent. Okay. Next verb is sentir. Servir. Servir means to serve. Okay. Servir means to serve. Je sers. Tu sers. Il sert. Nous servons. Vous servez. Ils servent. Next irregular verb that we use a lot is the verb sortir, to go out. Okay, so how I would conjugate it? Je sors, tu sors, il, il sort, nous sortons, vous sortez, ils sortent. That's how I would conjugate the verb sortir. So you see these irregular verbs, they are related to each other. They are related to each other. They do not follow the rule, the basic the grammar rules that we have for er verb, but they do resemble each other. You see, so it becomes easier for you to maybe memorize that, and then you will see with time this nu is very important. This will help you to you can use this conjugation and this ending to say the sentences in other tenses. En français, on peut utiliser nous pour dire les choses dans d'autres temps des verbes, avec d'autres temps des verbes. Okay, moving forward, just three verbs more and then we will do practice the exercises. Okay, based on these verbs. So next verb is venir. Venir means to come. Okay, so how it gets conjugated? Je viens. Okay, tu viens. Il vient. Nous venons. Vous venez. Ils viennent. So that's the verb, we use it a lot also. So next verb is the verb voir. Voir means to see. Je vois, tu vois, il voit, nous voyons, vous voyez, il voit. Moving forward, the last verb that's irregular is the verb vouloir. It means to want. To want. How it gets conjugated? Je veux. It's like it's another exception of that does not end with s. Je veux, tu veux, il veut, nous voulons, okay, vous voulez, ils veulent. That's how I would conjugate this verb. Okay. So these are important verbs that we use often. Okay. So please have some time to look at these verbs.